Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
All right, Wishful Thinkers, welcome back to another episode of the Wishful Thinking Podcast. As always, It's your hosts, Nick and Hadley. Today we have a very special guest, good friend of ours, Jesse Circelli.
Yes, sir.
So, Jesse, before we get into things, I want to let you know, I wore my fishing shirt for you.
Thank you. That is awesome. Actually, I have some exciting news about that.
Okay.
So for those that don't know, I am an avid fisherman. Got into it, really hard in COVID because there was like nothing else to do. But I just filed a patent for a new golf product.
Really?
That incorporates fishing.
What?
Yeah. I've had this idea.
Can't talk too much about it, right? Or
I can. It's patented now, patent pending.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't care. You steal my idea, whatever. I'm still gonna do it. So when I go golfing, I usually like to bring a collapsible fishing rod. Okay. And sometimes, if I don't conceal it right, don't hide it in my golf bag, I'll get caught by the starter. They'll be like, "Hey, don't fish, you idiot. What are you thinking? This is a golf course. You're going to tear up the round or you're going to damage property." It's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." So, those retractable, retrievable golf retrievers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God, it saved me so much money, just finding my golf ball that rolled into the pond,
No, for sure.
So one of those, but it has fishing eye holes in it and it comes with a reel and you could put it in your golf bag. So after you get your ball or you're waiting on the group in front of you to hit, you pull that thing out, it's ready to go, it's strung up, and it's a fishing pole also.
That is so sick.
Yeah.
That is very sick.
We've been golfing a few times where you pull out that retractable thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cast the line.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's sweet.
So what's this? It's patent pending. What's the process look like to even do a patent? You have to put a lot of R&D into it?
So I am lucky. I work with some engineers who are currently working on like a CAD model for me for exactly how I want it. I'm still working on the prototype. So, that involves me getting one of those ball retrievers, right? Just a stock one off Amazon, adding like gluing fisheye guides to it. And then basically taping a reel for now, just on the bottom and seeing exactly where I want everything, is the guidelines good here? Does it make sense to have the small one all the way at the top or maybe right below the ball retriever? So I'm still figuring out the kinks.
Now, will it also double as a ball retriever?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's that's the big thing about it is it's like covert on the golf course, in your bag, it just looks like a regular golf retriever.
Yeah.
It's quick and ready for you. It has that novelty aspect where you could give it as a good gag gift to like your dad who's a golfer / fisherman. Sure. And I don't know about you guys, but I always see people fishing on a golf course, even though you're not allowed to do it, and it's really good fishing. Like it's never fished. People don't, go in there and fish often. And there's some hogs in there, man. There's some.
So typically in a golf bag, you have the little pocket that the pole will go into, or like an umbrella pocket I put mine into.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that with the reel? Are you going to make a removable reel?
Right. So with my collapsible fishing rod that I bring on the course now, I do usually keep it in a side pocket. But what this is kind of solving, the problem it's solving is I can never fit it in the slots of my golf bag where the golf clubs go. Mm-hmm. And it's always kind of a pain to like go into that side pocket. Sometimes it's covered by the strap and then you have to uncollapse it and then go and fish. And by any means, you could do that with a collapsible fishing rod. But, the allure of this product is like...
The allure.
There you go. It's like you're doing something kind of you're not supposed to, number one, which is kind of funny. And it's like dual purposed, right? So it takes the place of two items that you could have in your golf bag, a fishing pole and a ball retriever, puts it into one, takes up less space. And the big thing for me is I wanted it to be in the golf bag, ready to go. So all you got to do is pull it out of the golf bag, where the golf clubs are, and then you're fishing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I buy one when it comes out.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Cool. Yeah, I'll give you guys a discount.
Yeah, you definitely made a customer out of me.
It's called FishStick.
That's what I was about to ask the name.
FishStick. Yeah. And then it has that going for it. Yeah.
That's crazy. Actually.
That's great.
That's gonna blow.
Well, what a hell of a story. Congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
that
And
is awesome.
work in progress.
I hope what you're going to need to do is make some TikTok videos. That's how you're going to market the life out of that.
Oh, 100%.
TikTok shop
Yep.
that item, dude. You already know. I don't got to tell you. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
So for those of you who do not know, give them a little brief introduction of Jesse. What do you do and who you are?
Yeah, so I'm Jesse Circelli. I have a video production business called Jesse C Productions. And I have been making videos for brands since 2016 when I got out of college. I went to the University of Cincinnati, and back when I was growing up, I loved making like spoof music videos with my friends, or, jackass videos, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
dude, let's light this helmet on fire and then hit you in the head with a baseball bat. Like, we literally did that. We made like spoof music videos to King Kong, got King Kong in the trunk. We dressed a guy up in a gorilla outfit and literally had him in the trunk and like was dancing.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so just being silly. And it was always a passion of mine. And then when I went to college, as most, college kids nowadays, they don't really know exactly what they want to do. So I like being outdoors. And I picked environmental studies to start my college journey.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
Does it really translate to what you're doing?
no, not at all. And actually, I was on my last year, ready to graduate with environmental studies, and I was like, this is not what I want to do. So I called my family and was nervous as hell. Like, I'm about to tell them I want to change my major, and luckily I had, very supporting parents and very supporting family members. And, I thought they were gonna be like, what are you, crazy? You're about to graduate. You're done in 2 classes. No, that was not the case. They were like, if that's what you want to do, you have the rest of your life to figure out, paying for college for an extra year or whatever, so switched to a program called eMedia, which was also in Cincinnati. And that was focused on videography, photography, website design, graphic design, basically electronic media, anything that follows under that category.
So what led you to make that decision? Was it just recollecting on memories with the boys, or is this something you always wanted to do?
That's a great question. I don't think it was front and center in my mind, hey, I can make money by doing this, It was more of, what am I going to have fun doing? What am I going to enjoy the most? And I think a lot of those memories came back, making funny music videos with my boys. And then luckily I met some friends in the program who really kind of guided me. It was like, dude, you could make money off this. Video's blowing up, everyone's going to need a video for their product. And, I was like, okay, yeah, there's definitely a future in this. And I got an internship with the UC Bearcats athletic program,
Nice.
which I'm, super into sports. And that was, I think, the big flashlight going off in my brain, the big light bulb going on in my brain. Like, hey, worst case scenario, I could film sports and have a great time, on the sidelines of a college team or a pro team, and being around athletes, people that are like-minded, making highlight reels. And
You're still recording and doing what you like to do regardless.
Exactly. Right.
That's
yeah.
sweet.
And being creative, I think, was the big thing. A lot of things fall into place for creative-minded people when you're in video production, because a lot of clients will reach out to you and they might have an idea of what they want, or like, hey, I need a product video on this, and I would encourage anybody who has a video production company to, agree to do a product video by any means, give them what they want. But you need to also ask questions like, okay, if I could be the most impactful for you tomorrow, besides this product video, what else would you want? What is your company culture like?
Right.
Are you hiring currently? Do you maybe want a company culture video? So that's where that creative minded people can kind of insert some of their ideas to companies that don't really know exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of subconsciously place it into their mind when they're asking you for the promo. You're like, well, we can do this and this as well. So they know in the back of their mind, like, hey,
Absolutely.
into that too. That's
Absolutely. Sweet. Yeah. And that falls to YouTube, I think. People are not using YouTube, in my opinion. video production companies to their fullest potential. Clients want to see what you do. They want to see the end product, and anybody would, right? They want to know what they're going to get. But I think there's two other things that could be added onto YouTube to kind of help you generate more income, and help the business do better. And one of those things being education.
YouTube
University, educating your potential clients on what videos work, why you might also need a company culture video, why user-generated content works. Just educating them on the different possibilities of video marketing. Because someone says, "Oh yeah, I need video marketing." That's so broad.
Yeah.
And you guys know nowadays, you're on TikTok, you're on YouTube. There's user-generated content. You see someone, random person reviewing a garden hose, right? Whatever it might be. Giving their pros and cons on it. Super authentic. It has a place. But also having a little more of a polished testimonial video, might make sense there. Or having a product focused video that's a sizzle reel of the product might make sense there. So, that's the other thing. And then one other way I would utilize YouTube for video production companies is behind the scenes content. Clients want to have fun. If they hire you, they want to know who you are, how you can joke around on set, have a good time. They want to have an experience. So you're not only selling a product, you're not only selling knowledge as an expert, but you're also selling an experience on shoot day. So highly encourage more production companies to do that. And it's kind of a pain. I mean, you know what it takes to get behind the scenes content. You're trying to run a business. You're trying to do everything right, trying to get the end product right. But give someone on set a cell phone and snap away.
That's important because it shows that person, behind the camera. Because when you're on camera, you can kind of have like a facade because you're in front of the camera. But doing it behind the scenes, it shows a person, and people do business with people they like.
Yeah.
So I think I agree. I think that's huge to show the person behind the camera.
Yeah, 100%. It just shows your personality and your expertise.
It gives your customer more of a personal connection with you, I'd say.
Definitely.
Which is huge. And when you're doing sales or you want people, they want to have that personal connection and feel like they know you a little more than just what's out there.
So take us back a little bit. Now Cincinnati did this, you switched your majors last minute. What about when you were at Solon? You graduated from Solon, right?
Correct. Yeah. Go Comets.
So when you graduated from Solon, were there any courses or anything you did during your high school career that you saw translate to who you are now, or maybe it sparked this interest?
It's a great question. I was really into sports growing up, played football, baseball, backyard basketball with the boys,
Shout out Yeet Gang.
Yeah, shout out Yeet Gang. You know who you are. I did take a photography class, and that was, I wouldn't say new in Solon High School, but it gave me the base foundation of like how to expose a camera, how to be creative, how to play with light to express a certain mood with your photos. And that class really stuck out to me as like, man, that was fun. Take a break from history, take a break from math. You get to go out and shoot with an old-fashioned 35 millimeter camera and film and process the film.
Wow.
And I think, cool. I'm not sure on this, but I think, a lot of high schools nowadays offer like some sort of photography.
Yeah, they do.
And I think it's still 35 millimeter film. I don't think they're fully digital yet. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in high school, but I would implore.
Right. I think it is film still.
It gives you the base. It goes all the way back to how to do things properly, which I think is important. Not that
it's the foundation. You gotta set the good foundation to be able to build on it. So
yeah. Because nowadays everything's digital. Which you could expand on more in college or after you're done taking that photography class. But that was a lot of fun. Remember partnering, with a lot of my friends in that class, and the projects were easy. Just go over each other's houses and shoot some cool photos. So That's a good question. I think
it sounds like an easy A almost too.
Yeah.
Fun little easy A.
Yeah.
Nice. So jumping forward now, Jesse C Productions. You're working with a lot of different products and companies. How many clients do you have that you work with?
Oh man. So
a lot, it seems. You're always.
Yeah. Right now, currently, Jesse C Production has been on the back burner a little bit. I took a full-time gig with a company that's 2-minute drive from my house, and the products that they make really resonate with the type of videos that I like to generate. So, it can be hard at owning a video production company, which, I say that lightly because it was really just me and maybe a couple editors that I would hire freelance-wise, but it can be hard to leave that to go to something that might be a little more stable. So that was a big decision for me to do. But I've been there a year. I really like the people. I really like the culture there. And like I said, the products are cool. They're big in the outdoor industry, right? And that's what my main focus has been for Jesse C Productions, getting outside and filming products that are either fishing products. I work with a brand that's a local brand called Tender Creek Outdoors. They made merchandise like shirts, like really lightweight sun shirts, for fishing, awesome flat bills, clean, comfortable apparel. That was kind of like their slogan. And, going out with them on a day on a lake and just shooting them catching bass, was part of that promotional video. And we could get more into that, but that was one brand I work with. I also work with some bigger brands as a freelancer back in the day. Beretta, Mossy Oak.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. They had a sister company that I did a lot of work for. That was like their not archery, but bow hunting, if you will, for deer. So I did a lot of work with them. We'd go out in the field and guys would be in a hunting blind wearing like the latest camo merchandise, they'd be like showing off their pockets, like their hidden pockets. We'd get shots of that. So like that was fun. That was very lifestyle driven. But where the industry is going now and what I see a lot of is more authentic content. Yeah. So a lot of my stuff, and there's a lane for this, was like product focused, professionally edited videos where you're showing the product being used in a lifestyle situation. So the company I work with now is Smart Straps. Okay. They do a lot of Ratchet straps. There's also Tow Smart, a towing company that does like ball mounts, ball hitches. There's a cleaning product called Swapped, which is like one broom handle, tons of different attachments. Right. So like instead of instead of you using a cheap broom that can like unscrew at any moment, those ones that screw, these like click in. So you could click in like a broom handle, you could click in a mop, a Swiffer, stuff like that.
Very slick.
Yeah. And I'm doing product videos for them. And it's all great. We hire talent. We'll go, to an awesome home, a modern home that needs to be clean. We'll get cleaning shots, show how the product's used, and that's great. But where I see the industry going is really more user-generated, authentic content. So that could be giving a product to a popular cleaning YouTuber or someone that tests products, letting them have the product. Paying for their services for like, $1,000 for a video or something, and then taking that video, chopping it up and putting it on YouTube Shorts. Because right now, YouTube Shorts is king. Short form content is running the world. I think 73% of YouTubers prefer short form content.
Really?
Yeah. I have some notes in my phone, some statistics we'll get into later. But Shorts is a way for people who don't know your brand or don't know your product to immediately understand what is this and why, immediately. And if they want to deep dive into it further, then they know where to go. You click on your YouTube link and then they go into the
your
longer
main
form content.
That,
the YouTube channel. But it's all shorts. Like, I don't know about you guys. when you open YouTube, what pops up for you guys first?
Shorts pop
It's
up.
shorts. Yeah.
Or there'll at least be like 2 videos and then a whole reel of shorts that you can scroll through, which is usually what people go to.
Yeah.
It's the TikTok format that came in and took over. Like,
And people now, because nowadays people's attention spans are shorter.
Yep.
They want instant gratification. A lot of people don't want to sit there for 2 hours, 30 minutes to get the value out of a video when they can get it in 10 seconds.
Yep.
And I mean, we've seen a lot of success just doing shorts. All of these podcasts that we do, we chop them all up, pump out 10, 20, 30 different shorts from each podcast. Yeah. And those are where we've gotten a lot of our followers from, is just from the shorts.
And is the viewership coming from there more? Like, do you see the views are higher on the shorts than it is on the long form content?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got, some of our views are talking 10, 15,000 views on TikTok, but that video on YouTube will have like 250, 300 views.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's apples to oranges.
Yeah.
I mean, I dropped this landscaping video, and it's almost at 400,000 views, and that was out of nowhere. It's crazy. It's crazy what the short culture has come into.
I want to praise this man for a second. Okay.
Oh, please.
I'm serious. Nik. Okay. So if people ask me, how is Nik doing? You know, our friends who don't really, communicate with Nik on a daily basis like I do. I'm like, Nik right now is somewhere making money. Like, he is hustling. The work ethic from Nik is unmatched. And when I saw that video of your landscaping business, and for those who haven't seen it, it's a time lapse of them totally transforming the front of this house. I was like, comment, more of this. Because if I could say one thing to any video production company, any video creator, authenticity. Tell the truth. People's BS meter, their BS nose is on high alert nowadays. If they see some AI bullshit or something that was totally photoshopped, you're driving your customers away.
Oh yeah.
But if you could get a cell phone footage of something that you're actually doing, or for his sake, it was a time lapse of them cleaning up the property. One, it's a mesmerizing video. I like watching those videos anyway. It gives me ideas of what I should do with my yard. And two, it's authentic. You're just pointing and shooting. And I think that's what people want to see, So
appreciate it, man.
More of that, please.
More to come.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of projects coming up this week, and I will be, after I saw what it could do with that style, I'm going to wash, rinse, repeat that style.
Let me ask you a question. Have you seen the guy that goes to lawns, really bad lawns? He'll just be driving, and then he'll see oh man, this property looks bad. He'll knock on the door and say, hey, I want to cut your lawn for free.
Do it
For free?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
So why do you think that works?
Because he's getting so much viewership off of the reels that it pays for that cut and more.
Right. I'm not even talking about the business. I'm talking about the views. Why do you think that plays good on social media?
Well, I guess to see the transformation, it's satisfying, like an ASMR.
Yep.
That's really all I could think about it. Or the other aspect of this guy's helping somebody.
Is it the charity aspect of the situation?
It's all of that, but it's also the connection that they're making with the person, right? It's the emotional gratification of watching someone else help someone. And that's what social media should be. You see social media nowadays and it's everywhere. You see people dancing, chicks pop up on your feed. It's okay, yeah, whatever. But when you could turn social media into a social aspect, a social platform where you're getting the conversation going oh man, that was really awesome. I'm glad you helped that person out. Bingo. You struck gold. A lot of companies nowadays, you've seen, I think it's Wendy's, Twitter or X now, they'll talk shit to other brands.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. That's social.
Hilarious.
You're creating a conversation.
Yeah.
Literally social media. You're creating talking. That's what it needs to be. And that's where a lot of brands, video brands can stand out. A lot of brands in general use social media as not just, hey, here's my product. Hey, here's my product. If you see a picture on someone's, Instagram and they're hot in their garden or whatever, they're gardening, and you have a garden hose brand, comment, hey, I think you could use one of our hoses. They're going to like it. People that see that product might click it. there's all these little tips and tricks that people could do to really turn social media around for them.
That is huge. How important do you think that is? Because I feel like we started implementing that, like commenting under other people's posts and saying, like even chiming in on whatever the topic they're situating, or like just being like, yeah, wait, I seen a 4th of July video on a Cleveland page and they're like showing all the fireworks and comments and just like, wait till we drop our 4th of July vlog.
Yes.
Like stuff like that.
Just that's important.
Yeah, it's super important. And I've worked a lot of 9-to-5s where I'm working for a company making their videos, and it's the biggest pain in the ass to try and convince, the head of marketing or the CEO, like, hey, social media is a full-time job.
Yes.
They don't understand it because a lot of times they're the older generation, but it's a full-time job.
It's
a lot of work.
Commenting, posting daily. It's
sharing stories.
Yeah. Commenting back on a reply is, I think, big, really big. So yeah, I think it's very important.
So you said that making the transition from your own company into something more stable was tough.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a hard decision.
Why did you make that decision instead of?
It came down to my personal lifestyle. I could probably be making more money and have a little bit of more time if I would have stuck with freelancing. And, some days, I wish I just stuck with my production company for sure. But, I recently got married in August.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And, we're thinking about having a kid soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And, healthcare is important for that kind of a thing.
Yes.
Stability is important for that kind of a thing. Like, I can't be on the streets grinding, trying to find work. So for now, I copped out, you could say, and started working, a 9-to-5. But, I'm still doing freelance stuff on the side.
You're still doing freelance stuff.
Yeah.
And also, you're still pursuing your passions with your recently launched fishing channel.
That's right. Yeah.
Reels on Wheels.
Reels on Wheels. Yeah.
And your 2 videos have done really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So Reels on Wheels. This idea came to me in the winter when I was fiending fishing. I was like, I need to create. I need to get out there. I need to fish. And the original idea was to ride my motorcycle to the fishing spot. Okay. So it would be a motorcycle vlog, which I watch a lot of motorcycle vloggers, and a fishing vlog, which I watch majority of my time on YouTube is honestly watching fishing vloggers, guilty pleasures. So I wanted to combine those two, on the way, be on the motorcycle talking. I haven't done a moto vlog yet, just because I haven't had the time, but I did buy a kayak.
And you did a review of that kayak.
And I did a review of that kayak. And I took a lot of time to pick the right kayak out, the one that would be right for me. And the unique thing about this kayak that I got is it is compartments, if you will. It's like it's a modular kayak. So instead of having this huge 10-foot thing that's always a pain to transfer back and forth to and from your local fishing pond, this one is literally cut in half. So you could put it in any vehicle. Once you get to the pond, you put it together, and then you're on your way. Yeah.
Does it just snap together?
It just snaps together and has like clamps on the end of it.
You've also had those roll-up ones too. You've seen those?
Really?
They have the roll-up ones, the inflatable ones. Thought about that.
The roll-up ones, they literally roll up. You could put it in the back of a sedan, like in the trunk.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The snappable one's cool though too. Like.
Yeah, I got that one because it was like hard plastic material. I didn't want to have to deal with punctures from the
Yeah, that's what
hook.
I was thinking. Like,
but I'm sure they're probably tough enough to handle it. But anyway, got that. I reached out to the company. I was like, hey, love your kayak. I'm starting to make fishing videos, it's getting some traction. Would you want to do a partnership? And they got back to me and they said, once you reach 1,000 viewers, we'll consider it. But for now, join our affiliate link program. So what that is basically you have an affiliate link that you put in your description. And you say, hey, if you're interested in this kayak, click this link. I'll get some kickback from it if you buy a product. I was just on my honeymoon and I get an email from PayPal saying, hey, you need to make a business PayPal account because you have $3,000 like from royalty kickbacks from that video. Totally blew my mind.
What?
Like, number one, I'm not doing this YouTube channel to make money. I'm doing this to document my fishing adventures. Like, if it blows up, great. This is more of just something fun I like to do on the weekends.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like that's the best way to do it, organically and just having fun with it and letting God take its
right. It's in God's hands. Whatever happens, happens. And a lot of times that's how it works out, especially when you're having fun. But yeah, I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is like the first time I'm making money off my own channel, my own videos, not doing it for another company.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Sweet little honeymoon gift.
Yeah, right.
Where are we going to dinner tonight, babe?
I go, babe, this is a scam, right? She's like, I don't know. Like, look into that. And sure enough, it was real. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
What was the other video you did? You had the kayak review. I saw that one. I watched that one.
Yeah, it's just the unboxing of the kayak, which I thought would form really well because it was a unique product, and that company doesn't really do a good job of their marketing, So I was like, hey, I'm going to show you what comes in this product. So
hey, that company, you guys should.
yeah, I'll send this to you guys. We'll really talk. And the other one was the review.
Oh, did you do like an in the water review or is it just?
Yeah, in the water. That's what people want to see.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You gotta be in the water.
And I've been learning a lot on YouTube content creator channels because before it was all like, how do I make videos for companies? But now I'm diving down the rabbit hole of like, okay, why are thumbnails important? And that I went down a deep rabbit hole recently.
Thumbnails are very important.
Very important.
That's what we've realized.
Yeah.
I was watching a video from Mr. Beast where, they say that thumbnails with some sort of expression or, emotion do substantially well compared to just, I guess, a smiling or a straight face thumbnail. And we've noticed an increase in our viewership just by changing our layout of our thumbnails, which is why, we had the green screen and stuff like that. But so what have you figured out with thumbnails?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. So something interesting that I found is, you want to maybe have like an AI generated background and a face and an expression and text. You definitely want some sort of text in your thumbnail. And those are kind of the obvious ones. But there's a search feature on YouTube where you could search the hashtags. Okay, so say you're making a video about weddings, which I know you do, like a wedding podcast, and say you're on a very specific topic, like wedding video production. You could search that tag in YouTube, and a bunch of videos will pop up of that tag, so wedding video production videos, and you could look at their thumbnails, see which ones are performing the best, and I don't want to say copy it, but use that as inspiration and emulate that. A lot of trending videos that I see with like fishing YouTubers, they'll be like trying the latest crazy bait that just came out or crazy lure that just came out. Or one of them was recently like the cheap Walmart fishing kit, to trying the latest cheap Walmart fishing kit. And all of those thumbnails were of the guy who's the fisherman holding the kit with like Walmart in the background.
Yeah.
Yep.
And those are all outperforming the ones that don't have a good thumbnail. I think YouTube really analyzes thumbnails, and that's how it will push your video to potential, viewers. Because if you're not really popping up in the feed, it might be hard to find your video. So descriptions, hashtags, and thumbnails right out of the gate, that's like how you start getting people interested. And then giving them that value in the video is a whole nother ball game. With shorts, you really need a hook. Something that within the first 3 seconds, people don't realize if you're scrolling on Instagram and you're not engaged in the first 3 seconds, they're out of there.
Next.
It's next. So it could be a question hook. Like, hey, have you ever used this fishing lure before? It could be a shock value hook where they're catching the fish, huge fish on the lure, on the line, rods bending. There's a lot of different, techniques as a hook, but I would employ anybody who's in video production to really consider, that hook as being a top priority when you're making YouTube.
Definitely. Even like with the podcast, I believe we started implementing that, like having in the beginning, like coming up and then having like one part of the interview where it was like a good question or something engaging for the audience to be like, oh man.
Yeah, and I'm going to watch it. If something hits on that and it's like, oh, that's interesting, I want to see what they say.
Right,
about
and then
that.
you want to watch the video and get to that part. So
Exactly.
that kind of does it too. I want to know what your take is on like clickbait. What do you think about clickbait?
Yeah. So go ahead. What's your question?
Do you think that would like, how do I want to put it? Like, is it off-putting, or do you think sometimes it's necessary to use that to gain attraction?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's a couple things going on right now with YouTube. And a lot of it's like they're pushing back on AI generated content. And this kind of falls into clickbait. So they just released, this is ongoing, this is happening in real time. A lot of channels are spamming YouTube with AI, 100% AI generated. So AI voiceover, AI content, clickbaity description, clickbaity title, and the video is just whatever. And they have been doing this channel AI stuff for a couple of years now and making ad revenue off of it, yada, 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 and kind of just spamming YouTube. Well, recently they're like, okay, we need to really crack down on this. And YouTube's saying, if you're, and this is their words, if it's not original and authentic content and you use AI and don't put a disclaimer on the end of it, you're not going to be eligible for YouTube monetization. Wow. Yeah. So in an essence, that's kind of answering your question about clickbaiting. I think it kind of follows underneath that. Definitely. So people need to be really careful nowadays with utilizing AI. Now, I'm not saying, you can't have an AI voiceover in your videos to enhance the video. And that's not what YouTube's saying either. Like, you're totally allowed to do that. I'm more talking about like the 100% AI videos
just
that you see.
Completely AI generated, mush, just random video.
And that falls under like my golden rule of videos. Authenticity. If you're not telling the truth, if you're not being authentic, people are going to shut you down. So clickbaiting, if you're not being authentic, if you're totally clickbaiting people and that BS meter goes off, they're not going to want to watch another video of yours. So I think there's a fine line that you could play with that. You obviously want your title to be engaging and spark some interest, but you can't totally like lie about what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Then that authenticity just goes down the drain.
Wow.
That's good.
Well, should we get into the halftime report?
I think we shall.
I don't know if you've been prepared for this,
I'm
Jesse.
not ready though. I'll try to be.
So typically somewhere along halfway through the interview, we like to do a halftime report. And everybody at home knows, I'll explain it to you. Hadley is the charge. It'll be 10 questions, either completely related or completely unrelated to the topic at discussion. You could answer them at any length, and you could also choose to not answer them if you'd like. Though, if you choose not to answer them, it says a lot, because sometimes silence speaks words.
Sure.
So my job is to sit here and kind of commentate on it and give my own 2 cents.
I love
You ready for the halftime report?
I'm ready. Blow the whistle.
All right, kick it off. All right. We'll start off with, what is your favorite fish you've caught on camera?
That's a great question. Oh my God. That's a tough question as an angler. On camera. Okay. That limits it down. I'll tell you this. Recently I have, opened up a group chat with some fellow angler buddies of mine. And we said, okay, we're going to do a fishing tournament just within this group chat. Okay. And it's going to be the largest variety of fishes for the year wins out. So like the longest bass, whoever wins that category wins that category. The longest trout, whoever wins that category wins that category. Right. Mm-hmm. And if you sweep the whole category, if you're like the master angler, if you will, you get a pin that I'm going to buy on, Temu or something like that, just to show off. Yeah. So, we are based in Northeast Ohio, right around the Cleveland area. And for those that don't know, people know that Lake Erie is the walleye capital of the world.
Is it?
It is. You can't get better walleye
There's
fishery.
There's walleye out there. I know that.
Yeah. And it's every year. It's amazing. It's really the best. They have tournaments that run the whole year from the west side of Ohio all the way to the east side throughout the whole year. But anyway, that's not the fish. The fish I'm talking about is Lake Erie-based steelhead trout. Okay, for those that don't know, we have a great Metro Park system. Yep. All the rivers run from Lake Erie usually, or to Lake Erie. I was in the Chagrin River. Okay, I had my GoPro on, and the longest trout in the group chat had yet to be claimed. Okay, no one caught a trout yet. So I'm fly fishing. I got it all on my GoPro, and sometimes you're out there all day,
yep,
and you don't catch anything.
Yeah. It's the name of the game.
It's the name of the game. And there's a very select season for these trout for your opportunity to catch them. They like cold water. So really from October to like March, like you're fishing in winter kind of a thing. So I'm cold. I'm shivering. The line guides on my fishing rod are freezing. I have to like spit on them to like, have the line go through.
Right.
Yeah.
And the day before I was there for 8 hours, didn't catch one thing. I was like, you know what? Something's telling me to go back to that same hole. End up going back to the same hole. Within the first 5 minutes, I catch a steelhead trout that was, I think it was 23 inches.
Wow.
Yeah. And the fight's pretty intense on a fly rod. They bite it and they take off downstream. So my line's like zipping, and you hear it on the camera. I haven't released any of that footage. I just released it into the group chat to talk a bunch of shit to my friends. But yeah.
Drop it, dude, if it was that freaking big.
It was cool. Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Now, is that a fish you can eat?
You can. Yeah. And it's probably pretty tasty. They're very closely related to salmon. They're like a very pink meat. It's a trout. So, a little lemon pepper on that thing. It'd be very tasty.
Lemon pepper on that thing.
Yeah. But
are you mainly catch and release, or do you ever eat your
I'm
fish?
mainly catch and release, except for walleye.
Okay.
I'll usually take walleye home and cut it up and fry it. But trout, there's something so beautiful about catching a trout. They're gorgeous fish. They're actually small rainbow trout that get big in the lake, and they turn into these monster steelhead trout. And they look exactly like a rainbow trout, but just this big.
Wow.
And yeah, I don't know. I'm a softie. I don't like killing things that are alive, I guess. But yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah, that's a great question, dude.
Yeah.
As an angler, you got my heart right now.
For sure. So, music videos of fishing are very different. What creative parallels do you see between them?
It's a great question. So yeah, I used to do some music videos back in the day. Mm-hmm. I worked with this guy named Chef LB, which was pretty cool. Shot a music video at my dad's house. Did pretty good. Got like, I don't know, 10K views or something like that. Not great, but not bad.
That's so good.
Had the honor of working with Chip the Rip a little bit with the Cleveland guys on Instagram. It's like, This Is Cleveland or something like that. I don't want to say the wrong name, but it's like, I don't know. John, you know who I'm talking about. He runs it. It's real big. He had a job post like, hey, last minute video guy, we're interviewing Chip the Rip. I was like, I love Chip the Rip. Please. Like, I could recite his songs. So, I was working that. But as far as YouTube or videos go for fishing and music videos, I would say that with a lot of music videos, the center of attention is with like the artist, right? And then with YouTube, the fishing material, it's also like the center of attention is with the angler. Sure, you want to catch fish and show off the fish, but I've watched a lot of YouTube channels for fishermen, and it's like, I can't watch this guy. Like, he's so boring. Like, he's not giving me any comedic relief. It's about the guy.
Yeah.
So, some rappers might be in the strip club throwing hundreds, the center of attention's all on them, and then with fishing videos, I want more than just on the water. I want them talking about their day, what they plan to do. I want them showing me how they undo their boat. I want to learn about them and also what they're doing. So I'd just say the parallel between them would be focus on the talent in that sort of a thing.
Very well answered. There's a YouTube channel called The Chit Show, something like that.
Okay.
And this guy just goes to a boat ramp and just sits there and videotapes a whole day of people trying to launch their boat, dock their boat.
Yes.
And all these people, half the people can't do a boat launch properly. It's really funny.
Dude, I've seen a lot of those videos now I think
funny.
about it. It's hilarious.
Even if you don't particularly care for water or boats, which who doesn't like water or boats, but it's funny to see these people like crash their boats or just like it's funny. So
That's funny. I'd like to know, with your fishing videos, do you plan on experimenting with emerging formats like vertical or like 360-degree video shots or anything in the future?
Yeah, definitely with vertical. I think that's the name of the game. Like I said, 73% of people on YouTube prefer short form content. So it's tough. It's really tough to plan a fishing video. Number one, a lot of your gear overheats. When you're baking in the sun, I've had really bad luck with GoPros overheating, and it's really a bummer. Like trying to manage a GoPro, your line, staying on track in the kayak or the boat or the jet ski, that's tough. And then, you want to film horizontally for the main video, but then you also want vertical content. Mm-hmm. So there's some ways as a video production guy that I know to get around of that. You film in a larger resolution so that you have your horizontal content automatically that comes straight out of the camera. It's always horizontal unless you flip the camera and then it's vertical. But you want to make sure you get a horizontal thing for the long form content. But then if you're shooting in a larger resolution, you could crop it and
able to slice it right there
to the vertical. Yeah, that's been like my go-to method. But if the GoPro dies, then I'm on my phone and I'm not turning that thing horizontal. I'm keeping that vertical. Like it's just too easy to hold.
I feel like people like that too, though. Like when they see it, like especially if you're like swapping, boom, 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 like camera died, I'm on the phone. Like people like that.
That's the authenticity. That's the authenticity, and it's quick. I agree. Maybe I should just use my phone. It would probably do better.
People shoot movies on my iPhone.
Literally.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they just got a patent for larger color depth. And a larger dynamic range. So like the main issue nowadays when you see like, oh, that was definitely filmed on a phone or that was filmed on a cinema camera has been dynamic range, which is the amount of stops or the amount of information from your whites to your blacks, like the lightest color of your frame to the blackest color of your frame, and how much detail that is. Well, Apple's been making moves with their cameras and their sensor technology where it will be comparable to cinema cameras coming up. So that technology is coming. Like I see all these awesome cameras you have, and there's definitely a place for them now. But I think in the future, everything on the phone. Yeah.
I mean, it's good quality already.
We just talked about it on the podcast. iOS 26 dropped and they released Auto Mix, which is their version of like a DJ.
Oh yeah, no, that's crazy.
Which it will look up some of these shorts I'll send you a few of them.
Okay.
The AI in the Apple Music will find a song, match another song in a similar genre.
The BPM, like it'll
match the BPM. It'll take key and all these other things into example, and it will do. Like it's almost like you have a DJ. It'll like mix
literally boom, boom, like into the next song, chop it into the song you're already listening to, so you can hear it coming. Like it's
and as a DJ, we're sitting here like, man, like Apple.
Yeah.
So
turn on Apple Music at the wedding, and you have the DJ right there.
Yeah.
Not gonna take that humanoid factor out. The MC is a big aspect of it.
That is a very big thing.
But no, I mean, if let's say you have a party,
house party or something.
House party, yeah. I mean,
that's amazing, and it's using AI to do that. I'd imagine
it's crazy. It is.
That's insane.
Oh, that's just what that reminded me of. But
swing into the next one, eh?
What do you got? Was this number 3?
We're 4.
I'll try and be quicker with my answers. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I got all day.
We're cruising. Beach, river, or lake for your next fishing adventure?
So I have a fishing jet ski, okay, and not a lot of people are hip to this yet. But it's a big jet ski with a fishing cooler on the back, fishing rod holders on the back, and I like to go to Lake Erie and fish for walleye out there, and it makes it really fun when you're on the jet ski. So probably Lake Erie, going out on Fairport Harbor, going out on the beach, and nabbing some monster walleye.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
hell yeah. Jet skis are fun as hell.
Oh, you can't. It's impossible to frown on a jet ski.
I know.
Like, could you imagine?
You can't.
No, you're
Cannot be upset on
you're
a jet
stoked.
ski. That is actually awesome though. Damn. All right, here's one. It's a quicker answer. I just want to know, like, when you take the fish off the hook, do you wear gloves or you just raw hand it?
I'm usually barehanded that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it, barehanded.
What?
Do you fish a lot?
I like fishing. I do enjoy it. But my thing is like every time I've ever touched a fish bare hand, I cut my hand open. It doesn't matter if I follow the scales down, don't go up like every single time.
Yeah.
Or it's like just freaking out.
That
like,
is user error.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he's not using gloves. I don't use a glove when I fish. Neither does my brother. And I don't think any of these fishing guys on YouTube are out there with gloves.
Look, Hadley, it's a trial and error process, but there's techniques to different fish. So like a bluegill, you got to run through its back to knock down those spines, and then you're safe to do it. If you're doing like a walleye, they have teeth. So there's like a very specific way you got to grab a walleye. Like you can't lip a walleye. You can't put your thumb in the walleye's mouth. You're going to cut the crap out of your hand.
I would never do that in my life.
Yeah.
Stick my finger in a fish's mouth.
Well, with a bass, that's what you do.
No
You hold
way.
it by the lipper.
Oh, dude, a bass, you're good.
Dude, I'd
You
be
could
like
lip
this
it.
on the camera. Two-handed it. I'm not.
That's hilarious,
I
dude.
don't like the way they feel.
We got to take you fishing, and we'll teach you how to lip a bass.
That would be a
Fishing's
funny video.
fun, dude. When you get it on when you finally sink the hook and you're like fighting
I
for your
do
life.
like it, but I'm more like, all right, take it off for me.
Look, there's no shame.
That's
No shame.
I'm being honest, transparent.
not very manly of you, Hadley.
What's one app you can't live without as a creator?
I'm a Spotify guy. Music is so correlated to video production. It's everything. You know, it's mood. I could take a video that I made with one song, go on like Envato.com or something where I get a lot of my music from, pair it to another song, it has a totally different mood. So, you know, video and music are hand in hand. I would say Spotify, just because I get a lot of my inspiration from songs. Recently, I've been using trending audio a lot, which I think helps a lot.
It does. Yes.
Little tip: if you're a business, don't make your Instagram account a business account, because you can't use like trending songs from Morgan Wallen. They'll literally mute.
Really?
Yeah, you can't do it on Instagram. I mean, you can, and if you don't get caught by the AI bot, you don't get caught. But you can't like use the trending audio straight from the app. Like it won't even be available for you on the business. Yeah. So yeah, and with Instagram and TikTok, it's all trending audio. I don't know about TikTok so much that I know about Instagram, but then you could use, you know, trending audio if it's not a business account.
Damn, I did not know that.
You could use like remixes that people have made, you know, like custom creator ones, but like the big audios, like from like Beyonce or something like that, those big songs, like it's just not available.
So swinging off of that, what's your go-to soundtrack for editing a fishing video?
My go-to soundtrack. Whew. For a fishing video?
Yeah.
Or okay. You know, I've been using Envato just because there's so much copyright claims on YouTube. So if you use Envato, which is like any music you want, you could look up BPMs on that. You could look up genres on that. But lately I've been really into like electronic, like not dubstep, you know, not like, you know, hardcore, like electronic music, but like upbeat. Yeah, some EDM. Exactly. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, EDM has been my go-to
Bring the
recently.
energy, bring the pulse in.
Yeah.
That
Get that energy up. You know, we're going fishing. Let's go.
That is sweet. When you're on an editing marathon, what snack or drink keeps you going?
I'm a coffee guy.
Coffee guy?
Yeah, it's got to be coffee. Coming here, I got one of them Starbucks espresso johns. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Those little things at the BP or whatever gas station.
Oh, yeah.
Whoo! I'm not gonna go to sleep for a couple hours. You know, like I'm wired. I don't like Red Bull or anything like that. So yeah, anything coffee, creamy, it's good.
Yeah,
with me.
I'm a big coffee guy too. Cups and cups and cups.
Yeah.
It's the best thing to keep you going.
100%.
For sure.
So would you say, are you like a early morning riser or are you a night owl?
Definitely morning.
Morning?
Yeah. Yeah, I like to
Time do you wake up?
get after it. You know, for work, sometimes I'll just wake up without my alarm clock anymore, and I think that happens as you get older.
100%.
You know, like
You wake up, you're like, fuck, I have 5 more minutes. I couldn't have slept.
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I'll wake up at like 6:30 some days out of nowhere. I'm like, all right, now I'm just chilling until like 7:30 till I have to like get ready, you know?
So do you have yourself on like a strict sleep schedule? Like you got to be asleep at a certain time, or do you kind of just ride it out till you're tired and you're like, I'm good off of a few hours?
Yeah, I usually just ride it out. During the week, it's usually pretty consistent. Like I'll fall asleep at like 11 by the latest, you know?
Yeah.
On the weekend, you know, if I'm gaming with the boys, like
Mm-hmm.
I could be up to like 2, 3 in the morning, you know? And then I'll sleep until 10. I'm like, oh yes, haven't done this in a while, you know? This is great.
The sleep-ins that you haven't done in a while are the best sleep-ins.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah,
gaming,
good.
COD?
COD. I play COD. I play PUBG. Do you know about Daisy?
No.
It's a zombie apocalypse.
what it is.
Dude, Daisy's awesome. It's open world. There's zombies everywhere. You're fighting the zombies, but you're also fighting people, and it's loot based. So you spawn in on the coast. You have like an apple, water in your backpack, and that's it. You got to find weapons. You got to build fires. You got to fish for food. It's like a survival game.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
And then it's like, well, how is it like once you die, like it's over with? You got it back to the
back
beginning.
to the coast.
Yep.
Back to the coast,
And
baby.
you're spawning in with like PvP.
Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We call them freshies. When you die, you return to the coast as a freshie. Freshie meaning like you don't have anything. You're
Right.
fresh. You know.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing, dude. I play that game way too much. I'll be honest.
Actually, sounds pretty sweet. I have it in my library. I never like did
Great.
it. Though.
Let's hop on it, dude. I'll
Yeah.
show you the ways. Yeah.
That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet. If a film festival existed just for fishing videos, what would you call it?
Oh, it's a great question. Okay, so you know Sundance?
Yeah.
Like you know the Sunfish?
Yes.
Like Sunfish Video Festival, and the logo would be like a sunfish or a bluegill, you know, some variety of sunfish.
Sunfish.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That would be sweet.
we should do that, dude. Because
Right?
nowadays, you know, it's like YouTube is everything. It's a
Yeah.
big plethora of anything you want. You know, just narrowing it down a little bit to that niche would be cool. I like that idea.
Promote that and do a fish filming festival.
Yeah.
Get it going out here.
Have you watched any fishing vlogs?
Very little.
The production value is there for a lot of them. Like they take it's almost like a documentary every time. It's pretty cool. I'll send you some of my favorite ones.
Send me some of your favorite ones. I'd be interested in
That would be
seeing
sweet. Yeah, I'll check it out. All right, I think we're on the final one right here. Dream filming destination: mountain, jungle, or Arctic?
it. Mountain.
Probably mountain.
Mountain.
Yeah.
You're a mountain guy.
I'm a mountain guy. I snowboard. I got mountains on my wrist right here. I love the mountains.
Yeah.
My sister lives in Tahoe,
Mm.
Nevada, Tahoe, California. And I usually visit her like every year, go snowboarding, you know, check on the nephews. There's something. Do you guys ski or snowboard?
I snowboard.
I snowboard. Like I'm not a snowboarder, but
Yeah.
I like to try.
Have you ever been out west to like on any of the real mountains?
I haven't. All I've ever been down is like the little parks in Cleveland, like the little hills going down those. Like
Still,
I've never been to an actual like place where they have the, you know, where they
gondolas?
bring you. Yeah,
But he used to be a skater, so I think it'd be a smooth
really?
transition.
Yeah, I skated.
Oh, dude, you would have the time of your life out there because
Really?
I'm a big visual guy, you know, and when you're out there, like snow gently falling, you're literally on top of a mountain. Like you could go in the woods and just totally be alone. And
That sounds
from the very
amazing.
top to the very bottom, it'd take you like 45 minutes to get down, like one run. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Highly recommend.
I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
I definitely would.
Wow.
Wishful thinking vacation coming up soon.
Yeah.
Try snowboarding.
Yeah.
That'd be cool,
That
actually.
would be sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been a long time since I boarded, man. I have a board. It's been a long time.
Me too. Yeah, it's hard to get back out.
Yeah, it'd be fun though.
Life.
Life, dude.
Literally.
So is that the last one?
That's the last one.
Those were awesome questions, by the way.
Thank you.
Those
Yeah.
were good questions. He didn't struggle too much, though. I'm starting
Is
to
he
question your abilities.
Oh, me?
No,
Oh,
him.
Me. He
Oh.
wants me
You
to.
didn't struggle too
You-
much.
You wanted me to hit him with some controversial, crazy shit, huh?
Yeah.
So, some of our questions that we ask people are controversial, or sometimes they're like,
I was genuinely
They're
curious about some of those
polarizing.
questions, though.
Oh, thank God. Thank you. I'd be sweating up here. Who'd you vote for?
I like those ones where it's like, what is the conspiracy theory that you believe is true?
Ooh.
And mine is always like, we didn't go to the moon.
Oh, really? You're one of those guys.
No, we didn't go to the moon.
Wow.
Dude, I have a hard time watching Netflix at night without buffering. Sometimes I can't even send a text message in inner city Cleveland. You want to tell me that we were on the moon in 1960?
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch now that I think about it, you know?
So those are the type of questions that I like. You know, I like the polarizing ones that get people kind of, you know, all juiced up. So
Hell yeah.
So for the
He might as well hit us with the conspiracy now.
all right.
Might as well.
No, that's good. I like, you know, to go to sleep, I like let my YouTube do its thing, and usually it ends up on like the pyramid videos, you know, or like some Joe Rogan podcasts. Man, I have a tough time with the pyramids, I'll be honest. Like just believing that the Egyptians just made it.
I agree.
Like the mill that they were supposed to get all these stones from were like thousands of miles away,
Right.
you know? And then you're telling me just with manpower, no like machines,
No shot.
and it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So which side do you lean on? Do you think it was like aliens, or do you think
Dude.
we had a higher mind being, like we were more intelligent back then, or do you think there was like giants? Because there's a whole bunch of
I
different
know.
ways that
Well,
it could
now
go.
they're saying that the pyramids go down
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They're deep.
tons below the surface.
Yeah. I have a tough time between like picking one specific, like, you know, part of me is like, oh yeah, they definitely had some sort of higher being help, some alien help, but I also think we lost a lot of knowledge, you know.
I 100%
like
think we
they
lost a
might
lot
have
of
been
knowledge.
tuned in to like some harmonic, like using sound acoustic waves to like help them lift these blocks, you know, and
I
like
feel like that's almost God.
I believe
like
that.
setting back society, because he did it with the Babylon, right? The
Sure.
tower.
Sure.
Set everybody back. So I'm thinking like this might have happened throughout history multiple times, where we already had this type of technology well farther advanced, and then he's like, all right, this is getting a little too powerful. Setback.
You said harmonics. I could see that being probable because there are people who study the pyramids and they claim to be essentially an energy plant. The type of stones and materials that are used in these are conductive in certain things, and the way that everything's laid out, it's conductive of electricity.
it was like a big Tesla tower.
Yeah.
They're saying, yeah, I could believe that. Honestly, if I could have a time machine and go back to one part of history, I'd be poking around and seeing what the Egyptians were doing. I'm not gonna lie. I would. How'd you guys do this?
You guys doing over there?
Yeah.
So,
That is.
well, so what's the future of Jesse Circelli? Particularly, we'll start with your fishing channel.
Okay.
Where do you see that going? How are you going to spin it? What are you going to do? You got 2 videos. Let's talk about the future of it.
Yeah. I'll be honest, man. The YouTube fishing channel is solely a passion project for me. You know, it's like I don't want to stress about it. When I have time to film and I want to film, I'm going to go out and do it. If anything comes up from it, like anything comes out of it, like, you know, the kayak thing where I just randomly got, you know, the link where people can buy and I made some money off that. Amazing. If one day I could quit my job and just fish full time, you know, whether that's for a fishing company or on my own terms, yeah, I think that would be the dream, right? Just making money off YouTube, making money off sponsorships, that would be awesome.
I agree.
But in the same, you know, spin, like, do I want to take something I love so much and enjoy as a hobby and turn it into work? I struggle with that a lot.
Well, didn't you choose your career in the first place because it was something you enjoyed doing?
That's true. You know, that is true. Yes, I love making I love making videos. I love being creative. And yeah, that's why I chose it. But no matter what you do in life, I think work's still work, you know? So the future of Jesse is I never want to stop making videos, whether that's for my own thing, for fishing, or for companies that I really respect and I like their product and I want them to do well and I make some money off that, great. But I have been looking into some, you know, passive income opportunities, you know, property rentals like you're doing yourself. So we'll see. But yeah, I think nowadays you shouldn't pigeonhole yourself into one thing that you're making money from. And I know you preach this a lot. Like, multiple different income streams, I think is the way to go.
Yeah.
One fails, no problem, you got this. One fails, no problem, you got that. But as far as video production goes, I will always do that till the day I die. I love it too much. I love being on set, meeting people. There might be like some sort of bossy thing in me where I like directing people, like, hey, go over there, let's get this shot.
I'm excited to see you in your element tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, we're filming tomorrow.
You're filming tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm hiring his landscaping company to come out and do some videos with us. Can I talk about that for a little bit?
Of course. I insist.
Cool. Are we on a podcast right now? Can I talk about that? So I'm working for a company who they manufacture a lot of stuff, but particularly tomorrow, we're trying to highlight their Ratchet strap brand. So not the most exciting thing, I know.
Hey, I get all worked up over Ratchet strap, dude. Yeah. Give me the Ratchet strap. It's a good time.
That's awesome. I mean, I think the marketing behind our Ratchet strap is fuel your passion. So, and that's been the ongoing thing. So a lot of our focus has been on getting your ATV out, having the time of your life off-roading, getting your quad out, But I think there's an element too that as a video production coordinator, I'm always like, how can we be different? One of our biggest competitors is really focused on that as well, like only using ratchet straps to have fun. But, I'm thinking about blue collar guys.
Working with them.
The working element, a lot of guys, their passion is landscape.
I use 3 to 5 straps every time I'm out.
Yeah. And like, a lot of blue collar jobs are way better than, sitting at a desk all day. You could be, obviously it's tough, but like you could be having a great time landscaping. You could be having a great time, building homes, and I think there's some sort of like emotional connection you have when you work with your hand, with your work,
Mm-hmm.
So we're always going to do the quads. We're always going to do, the ATVs and stuff, but we have no footage of the working man using our straps, which a lot of people that go to Home Depot and buy our straps or go to Walmart and buy our straps, they do, So we're selling a lifestyle. We're selling the idea of having fun, but we also want to show the practicality of like our ratchets. One of our ratchets is a retractable ratchet. So you have obviously worked with a ratchet strap before, but when you're using a ratchet strap, it's kind of complicated if you don't know what you're doing. You have a bunch of webbing that's left over. Mm-hmm. Well, we sell a fully retractable ratchet strap where you just pull it, secure it, tighten it. There's no excess webbing.
Extra hang where you got to wrap it around or tie it off.
That is one of the best things ever because
it is incredible.
Because when you're trying to tie down a load, you got to pull out the slack, make it nice and tight. Then you can ratchet it down. Then you got 30 feet of excess cord lying around.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a genius product and it works. And I think anybody who works with ratchet straps should have a couple. So we're going to give you a bunch of free product too for helping us out.
I can't wait then.
Yeah, they'll be using it all the time. And then also, if you...
I'll be making photos and I'll be posting about it too.
And we'll repost it and share it and create that synergy.
Now, am I allowed to use the content that you guys create or is that solely your guys' content?
No, yeah, I'll give you all the footage, man.
Fuck yeah.
But I'll be honest, we're not actually going to cut the lawn. So this is where some of the smoke and mirrors come in to play with, video production. I don't think the homeowner wants her lawn cut. If she does, great. But we're gonna be staging a lot of the shots of you like taking out and using the ratchet straps. Focus on the ratchet strap. But you could definitely use a lot of the B-roll footage of you like going down the ramp. Going up to the lawn.
I'll use the ratchet strap footage too. Like it's just more content in the ether is never a bad thing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. No matter what it is.
Exactly.
And I'm truly excited for the shoot. I called you the other day. I was in Target shopping for fucking outfits. I was in Target shopping because for something like this, like it's obviously their company, so like we don't want a bunch of logos and stuff. So I was trying to buy like neutral, plain T-shirts with no logos. You know what I mean? So I'm FaceTiming him in Target. He's on the golf course. I'm like, hey man, is this gonna work? He's like, dude, it's gonna look great. No, I'm excited. I think that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah,
and I'm really excited to have some Ratchet retractable straps. I think that it's gonna save me a ton of time.
Cool.
It's a great product. I truly stand behind a lot of the products that I film, and that's one of them.
Nice. Is the competitor that you were talking about, is that Rhino?
Rhino. Yeah.
I know all about Rhino.
They're doing really good with social media. They got their social media figured out, but they also put the dollars behind it. So they have wrapped Jeeps for people with Rhino USA, totally on their expense. They hired a former YouTuber who only did off-road recovery stuff, which is fun to watch. You know, I was on YouTube just perusing, looking around. There's guys on YouTube making millions of dollars just saving stuck vehicles, like in the snow, in the desert. And for some reason, people like to watch that stuff. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. You know, problems come, they solve a problem. It's cool. And their personality. They hired one of those guys to be a full-time staff member to just create videos for them. They sponsor bull riders. You know, I'm talking about my competitor, I know, but they are crushing social media. So I'm trying to
level the playing
field a little bit.
I think you will.
Yeah, we're gonna get some influencers on.
If they're not pushing for that, you know, practicality side of things, and you guys are, that could be your edge.
Yeah, and I think that's what will be different. Is they're kind of daddy's money. That's kind of how they're seen in the industry. Like, oh, you know, daddy's money, rich kids using Rhino, go out in the day and have fun on daddy's boat. Where I want to go is more blue collar working man.
Hard working guys sweating at the end of the day, putting the ratchet strap back on and it's secured down because people rely on ratchet straps heavily.
And those are huge. Reliability all the way. We've been in the game for a long time, longer than Rhino has been in the game with their ratchet straps. And, you know, I don't want to talk bad about any brand. I think they're doing a great job, but we definitely need to up our social media game for sure.
Well, that's why they have you. They're lucky to have you.
Appreciate that.
For sure.
Before we close out, there's one thing, but there's another thing I want to talk about. You said you had a list of like statistics.
Yes.
You want to rapid fire some statistics?
I do. I tried to come a little prepared because I knew I wouldn't remember this, and I want to add value to your podcast to any, you know, video creator, any video production company out there, just to get the ideas going. And some of these I chatted about, but we're on a podcast, so we're talking about everything. Yeah. But here's kind of some stats and facts to, you know, share with you guys. So if you're having a hard time selling, you know, your video production skills and you want some facts to back up why people need video, here you go. Video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined on social media. I mean, you see it on Instagram, you know, it's all video nowadays. Facebook, you know, you're scrolling, sure, you see some text, but what pops up? It's a video. Yep. You know, nobody wants to read anymore. It's all video. And, you know, photos have its place. Like, you need product listings, right? You need some product photos to see what you're buying. Sure. But where you really get that person to click buy is like a video demo showing how it works. Or
it's that real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I don't know about you guys, but when I'm on Amazon, I always scroll down to the user video reviews. I want to see how it comes out, how it actually works. If it looks cheap, you can't tell if something's cheap just with photos. Yeah. You know, it's all photoshopped.
So that's another thing I see in the videos, like people testing products, like they'll put it on the ground and stand on it just to show like durability. And it can be like something definitely not supposed to stand on, a glass bong.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Freaking hopping on it like this thing's indestructible. For real.
Exactly.
That's crazy though.
Exactly. We talked about this. Short form content is king. 73% of consumers prefer short form to long form video. We talked about, you know, how you could get people interested in your long form content by an engaging short form video. You know, no one's going to immediately be interested in the long form content unless they watch the whole thing, and that's rare. But if you get a short form video out there, and you could take an AI platform like Opus Clip or something and take a long form video and cut it into 15 different, you know, social videos. Yeah, I use that all the time. Yep. Short form is king. Everybody's using short form. That's why YouTube hopped on it as soon as TikTok started blowing up. They're like, we need shorts. Mm-hmm. User generated content based videos are 2.5 times more likely to be seen as authentic versus brand content created. So that's where it's hard as someone working for the brand to dip into that user-generated content. Recently, I was tasked to make a video on some of these new straps that we have. They're like metal twist ties, like industrial bread ties, if you will. So instead of using a ratchet strap, we have these huge, they're called Twisted Goat. They're like these huge wired twist ties, but they're like sleeved. They're really nice. the problem was nobody knew how to use them or what they're used for. You know, you can't really show that on shelves. So I was like, the best way to display something is not with a product sizzle reel. People are going to be like, oh yeah, they hired a production company to make this, whatever. It's with someone at a table showing you how it's done, showing you what the use cases are, and just being authentic. Yeah. So, you know, if you're selling to big companies, you know, try and be as authentic and real as possible. I mean, we had him hold up a dumbbell, almost as if he was at a trade show, like showing off a product. That was the video. It was a trade show video, but it's doing really well. And, you know, it's just another way.
Nice.
Nice. Another key point, 85% of Facebook videos are watched without sound. So captions and visual text is really important.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow. It's because they don't play the sound unless you click onto the video.
Yep. And so people are lazy.
Scrolling through your feed and watch the video and not necessarily have to click into it.
Or if they're at work or they're at school.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't have sound.
Jesse dropping gems.
Yeah. I'm trying to help out the people, you know?
So we got to have captions and everything.
Yeah.
Which we do.
Which we do. Oh, yeah.
Job of that,
100%.
So, yeah, we talked about a lot of these things. I wanted to get your guys' input on, you know, the AI aspect of video. Because it's so polarizing. You know, a lot of these artsy...
Very trendy right now, too.
Yeah. A lot of these artsy you know, music video creators or even documentary people, they're like, they won't touch AI. They're like, it's fake. It's inauthentic. You know, we're not going to use anything AI. You know, we're going to hire real people to do our voiceover. Right. We're not going to give you a fake shot. That's inauthentic. But then there's another way where it's like, hey, I could use AI to do that voiceover to help my business, or I could, you know, use Opus Clip to help me make some more content. So it's really kind of like a double-edged sword. So
Definitely is.
I kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion on AI.
Well, I guess I'll kick off the AI chat. I think that to be in business or to be in business or to have your own company or to do anything creatively, I think you'd be a fool to not at least respect it and to figure out a way to use it in some fashion. Now, I don't want it to sound like it needs to replace the creative elements, because what we do, AI is not able to replicate it, at least not yet. I mean, we could sit there on an AI podcast, if there's even one, and listen to some mumbo jumbo, but humans in front of a camera, there's natural emotion. We laughed about a few things. We shared some emotion that isn't going to be replicated by AI. Now, where I think AI is great is for handling those monotonous tasks. Like, okay, I have 3 hours of content. I need 30 reels. AI can chop it up like that. AI will put the transcripts on the video like that. AI will do the editing and everything just like that, literally with one click. So it's stuff like that that really helps to make it a lot more automated, and where I think it does deserve the respect. But I would hate to see it take over videography and creativity as a whole. So that's why I think it's crucial for people like us and yourself to still be a face in front of a camera, and just try to only limitate that AI usage to the processes of, instead of, well, I mean, I guess I'll be honest here too. Like, a lot of our thumbnails, they're AI generated backgrounds.
Yeah.
I'll tell ChatGPT, hey, I want Jesse Circelli as a fisherman. You know, he does videography stuff. Give me a background with maybe him catching a walleye, something huge, throw some cool stuff in there and make it animated. And it'll spit out an image. I'll tweak it, and then I'll slap our cutouts over it with some text, and that's my thumbnail, you know? So
I feel like that's a big thing too, though. It's not like you're letting AI do all the work. You know what I mean? You're still putting your creative splash on it, even with the Opus clips, right? Like, we go in there, we add the B-roll, because I go in there, I type it up like this, and this to make it match, because the AI will just give you whatever.
Yeah, it's not perfect.
Sometimes the words that are popping up on the screen aren't the words we're saying. So you do have to go in there and kind of put in a little bit more effort. So I think that kind of shows
your creative shows in the prompting that you do for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think it should be, it shouldn't take over.
Those
How
are
do
great
you
points.
feel?
No, those are great points. I agree wholeheartedly. You got to use it as a tool. I use ChatGPT a lot for like scripts or maybe some inspiration for storyboards, but I'm still putting together a storyboard.
Yes.
You know, I'm still pitching it to my marketing director. We're tweaking it here and there. I don't think it's ever going to replace that human element like we're talking about. So yeah, as long as you're using it as a tool and not to totally replace the creative aspect of making videos, you know, totally eliminating videographers, you know, from the scene.
I would say this because I have thought about it because I make music too. And I want to have some music videos made and all this and that. But I was considering just for the trending aspect of it is just to have an all AI generated music video. Because I seen a rapper. He's not like well known, but he's one of the first people that did it. He just took photos of himself, a whole bunch of different photos, and put it into the AI, and it literally made a whole AI video of him like walking around and like doing the motions, and it showed and like crazy stuff too that like you wouldn't be able to see, like horses on fire running behind them, like, you know, stuff that AI is going to be able to do. You could probably still do it in production, but that'd be like a lot of money in production.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Which it would look better, but the AI is still like, you can tell, you know what I mean? He's not playing it like, oh, I didn't. He's like, I shot this. This is all AI. Boom. And that might attract people just to be like, let's see what this looks like.
That's a good point. I've seen Jody High Roller, what's his name? Riff Raff. Do that a lot with his new music videos that are coming out. And they're interesting. They're crazy. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like
a music video on mushrooms, you know, which is cool.
Seriously.
But yeah, I've found like there's almost like they're cool to watch, but then I'm like, God, there's some laziness there. Like
it is.
There's no, 100%. I'm not getting any value from that. I'm just tripping out to the music video, you know, like there's no creative thing that makes me really think about that music video. It's not going to stick in your head. Like you just know it's AI built.
Right.
Like, oh, it's cool. But
like
there's
there's
no story. There's no story. So I agree wholeheartedly with you guys. Like use it as a tool. You know, it could be cool for some instances, but I don't think it'll fully take over. At least not yet.
So if you're watching at home and you are a creator in any fashion and you want to learn how to use AI to automate your business, he said it best. Use it as a tool. Figure out ways that it can take care of some of those monotonous tasks. But if you're a creator, don't lose sight of your creative vision.
Definitely.
Stick to the script.
Beautiful.
100%.
Before we conclude, there's one more segment we always do.
Okay.
This right here. This is Life's Complete Little Instruction Book, a book that I got from Staples.
Nice.
Back in the day.
Hell yeah.
There are 1,560 line items in this book. What I would like for you to do is to give me a number from 0 to 1,560. You're going to find it in this book and then read it to us in the camera, and we will chat about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
What number are you choosing?
I like, you said 1560?
0 to 1,560.
I like 1227.
Okay.
27 is kind of my lucky number, so we'll go with that. All right. This is a great book. This is the perfect thing to read when you're on the toilet taking a little poop.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Never whittle toward yourself. Never whittle toward yourself. I will be honest, I have no idea what whittle means.
Can you Google that? What's that?
we need
I just say, yeah,
I don't know that
I'm not
either.
going to lie.
Well,
I have no idea.
like whittle
Let's
down?
analyze it.
Never like belittle yourself? Is
Maybe
that
that's what it
means?
means. Never whittle, WHITTLE, toward yourself.
Oh, whittle.
What is that?
Carve wood into an object, repeatedly cutting small slices. So never whittle in toward yourself?
Never whittle toward yourself.
Oh, well,
Never-
that,
Oh, like literally
you're
whittle.
carving wood. Don't stab yourself.
I thought this was like super deep.
Me too. Because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
all really deep.
I mean, it is deep if you think
Yeah,
about it.
you could
If
really-
like think about it.
Okay,
Never.
Let's take it deeper. Then let's analyze it.
Yeah, let's-
here.
Yeah, we've done this.
So you could take it in the literal sense of don't carve towards yourself, don't stab yourself. But to make it sound philosophical, if you're working on something beautiful and precious and you're putting a lot of time into it, don't let it eat you alive. Be able to take time to focus on yourself. Don't let it whittle you away.
I know what
I
was thinking.
love that. I think that's it right there.
I was thinking you're whittling, so you're carving. That can lead into cutting. So like if you're cutting stuff off, if you're getting rid of something, don't leave it towards you, but cut it away so it's gone completely away.
Oh,
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, leave the past in
Leave
the past
it's
kind of
gone.
thing.
You have the
You're
junk
not,
out.
you're
I like
not
that
bringing it
too.
towards you
Declutter.
because you're getting it. Yeah.
I'm gonna get this tatted on me at the end of this episode. I love it.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Hey, I mean, I guess that's how you do it. You just take it literally and then philosophically, and then you roll with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, that is the Life's Complete Instruction book. It's a good book.
That's cool.
Anything else you want to share with the cam before we conclude this segment?
Yeah, I guess I'll just share, some things I'm working on. We already talked about Reels on Wheels, follow me on Instagram.
I'll put all your stuff in
All
the
the tags
I'll
will be
put
dropped.
your
Cool.
Jesse C Productions
Yeah.
in the Instagram and everything below. I'll put your Reels on Wheels. We'll tag you in it as well. If you have anything like on your product pattern or anything like that you want to share, send it to me. And
It's
I'll put it
released
there.
by then.
Yeah, not yet. It's coming up. I will. Maybe we do a V2 once we get some momentum behind it, and we could just talk about that. And
cool,
because I've worked on the back end of stuff, with marketing, but for this project, I'm gonna be like offloading a lot of that. So like,
Pretty sweet.
someone else be my video editor. Someone else be my
vlog using
videographer.
it. Golf and vlog and
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
sick.
that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
Right. Like.
Golf and fishing vlog.
Yeah, I just went in the pond. Hold on, watch this. Get the ball and then catch a monster.
All right.
That'd be a cool
sweet.
vlog.
Yeah.
I think there's a story
Wishful Thinking
behind
has the
it.
links.
I think there's a story behind it. Of, an angler and golfer. Myself getting caught on the links with a regular fishing rod. The novelty. Gag gift. The viral-esque nature of it and the name. I think I'm making this because I want one. Like, I don't even care if it sells. I want one, so when I go golfing, I could still fish and not be annoyed by the starter.
That's how you know you're on the right path when you're doing it out of passion, not out of profit.
I like that. I like that.
Maybe that's the title of the video: passion, not profit.
I like that. Yeah. Be authentic, guys.
Be authentic.
Do what's truthful to you, Do what you think's best for you and do what you like to do. And that's where you'll find reward, whether it's monetarily or emotionally,
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
JC, man, I appreciate you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
It's been a good one.
Badass.
I like this one.
I did too.
For everybody at home, like I said, I will drop all of his stuff in the description below, his Instagram, Wheels on Wheels, anything I could find about this guy, how many tickets he has will be down in the description below.
Oh, God.
Okay? So
I'm a speeding guy. Don't look into that. But yeah, if you have a question about anything I talked about or want to learn more about how to leverage AI, there's a lot of AI stuff going on in Premiere Pro, or if you just want to talk or have ideas, reach out to me. I love sharing.
yeah, he's actually a really, friendly, nice guy. I know he looks super intimidating on the camera, but he's actually a great dude. Great guy. I've known him for a while now. And like I said, we'll have everything down below. So as always, we thank you all for liking, for following us, for subscribing and sharing. Make sure you check out his new channel as well and subscribe to Reels on Wheels. Really cool stuff going on there. But as always, Wishful Thinkers, we love every one of you guys, and we hope to see you soon. Out.
Peace out.
Hell yeah.
That was great, guys.
That was fucking sweet.